like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
Hello, I'm Cassia Faye Hayden. Welcome to my channel. It is thankfully a little bit warmer out today than it has been. A little bit more like spring weather. Thank God, because we needed it. Well, I needed it because it has been freezing in here. Trying to run the kerosene and not having enough money for it. As you can see, my background has gotten more black from an excessive amount of smoke that I had coming from it. We had an issue with it for a few days. We did fix it, but with no water and like literally nothing in my house working, I haven't been able to clean it. I know, buddy. And in case you didn't notice by the mewing, we have a little baby. I named him Oatmeal Cream Pie because I love oatmeal cream pies. And he is 2 weeks old as of last Thursday. Yes. And already has his eyes open. So I think I might try to start weaning him soon. He is a little clingy boy. He loves being held by me and his mommy. His mommy, Evelina, right here. Yeah, last time you guys saw her, she was still pregnant. She actually had 4, but unfortunately she lost all 3 of her girls. Probably because he's a little, well, food hog. He pushed each and every one of them off, and they wouldn't eat enough formula to survive, unfortunately. I tried. But sometimes there ain't anything you can really do. But he's such a good eater that I think he's going to be just fine. Unfortunately about his siblings, but I think he's going to be okay. And she's a very, very attentive mommy. Very good mommy. Aren't you, babe? Are you a good mommy? The minute you hear mews, you come running back, huh? Yeah. Yeah. You gotta take care of yourself, though, honey. Yeah, it's very important you take care of yourself, too. But anyway, I apologize about my background and how dirty it's getting to look. It's getting bad. Everything I have in the house now, that was in the house when the house was smoking, is like black. Everything I touch is black. So, I'm constantly washing black off of my hands. Every time I come over to see Sam, there's black all over my face. I mean, even after having bathed several times since then, the cats laying on anything get black all over them. Um, it's gross, but unfortunately, it just is what it is. Until I can move and have the ability to clean everything. Um, I don't know how that's gonna happen, if it's ever going to happen, but I'm hoping that someone takes pity on me and helps me move into another place. I need it. I can't keep living here. It's not safe. It's not healthy. And now the roof is caving in, and the floor is caving in, and it's not good. I mean, the roof is caving in my hallway, so with the roof caving in the hallway, eventually my hallway will start, the floor will start caving in too from the leak, and then it won't be safe to even go to my bedroom or my bathroom. I'll be stuck in the living room. So the sooner I can get help to move, the better, because I've been worried about the wiring going out and more, and catching fire and electrocuting me, or just plain catching fire. um, since I moved in. So for 2+ years now, I've been terrified that my house is going to catch fire, or that I'm going to get electrocuted from my wiring. Um, and I haven't gotten any help uh, fixing any of that. Sam would love to help fix that kind of stuff, like anything that needs done here. But he doesn't know how to do any of it. Which is why he hasn't helped me get it fixed. And I can't get people in here to fix it because, one, the park is so dangerous. People don't want to come out here. And two, um, if somebody were brave enough to come out here to the park, they wouldn't want to come in my house because of how bad it's gotten because of the leaks in the roof. It's just not safe or healthy for anyone to be in here, let alone living in here. And on top of it, I'm allergic to mold, so yeah. Um, really unsafe to be here. But hopefully soon somebody takes pity on me and gets me a new home so I can get out of here and be somewhere safe where I can clean everything and actually clean myself without having to go over to Sam's house for a shower. Um, I know he doesn't mind. I know he knows I need it, but it's got to feel like a burden on him. Um, not to have me there, but to have me need him like that. Um, and it's been hard. But that's not what this video is about. This video is not about my hardships living in a house that's been falling apart since before I moved in, and lied to about it by the maintenance guy who moved me in, because he told me the only thing that it needed done was remodeling and the removal of the garbage that was up to my knees when I moved in, which I got all the garbage out in like 3 days, because I was determined to get everything out so I could get everything in and get everything put away. I nobody. But so, yeah, I moved in thinking that all I needed to do was something I wanted to do anyway. Remodel. I mean, you move into a new home that's yours for the first time, having a house that's finally yours. Being a girl who wants to have a remodeled home that kind of feels like hers. You want to paint, you want to, you know, make it your own. But I haven't been able to do that because ever since I moved in, stuff has been falling apart that I can't afford to fix, that needs to be fixed in order for me to stay here, which it's to the point now where there's so much wrong with the house, there's no fixing it anymore. With the roof falling in and the floor falling in, on top of there being no heat, no water, and barely no power, it's not fixable anymore. It needs to be mowed down. Yeah. um and just replaced. I just need a new home. But anyway, so that's not what the video is about, though. This video is about my uh not just my autistic accommodations, but for all of my disabilities. I have lupus and fibromyalgia. I have batwing back and scoliosis. I have carpal tunnel and tendinitis in this hand. I have um, I have overactive bladder and bladder reflux disease. I have IBS. Um, I have the cartilage in my knees and my hips is disintegrating. I have diabetes. Yeah, I'm falling apart. And then also on top of it, I have autism and ADHD. So, and I was diagnosed with other things as well, but they're the other things, um the OCD and the anxiety and the social anxiety, they're all actually autism. So if I had been originally diagnosed with autism, I would not have been diagnosed with those because they come from the autism. So but anyway, so that's what this video is about. Some of my my accommodations for not just the autism and the ADHD, but for all of my disabilities. And I was going to start at the bottom and work my way up, and that's a long list. There's like over 100 things on it, so we're not doing all of them today. Definitely not doing all of them today. God damn it. No, I did not want you zoomed in. How do I unzoom you? Okay, there we go. How did you even zoom in? I didn't want, okay. Uh, so I have the list labeled as personal accommodations for autism, ADHD, and physical disabilities. But I'm going to start at the bottom of the list because that kind of got very detailed and was kind of specific to things that have been going on lately. And before I get to the first two, I want to point out that this channel is not sponsored by anyone. I don't get paid for anything that I do. I do this purely because I enjoy it and because I want to advocate for autism and ADHD and neurodivergent things. That's the whole reason why I run the fidget channel in the first place. It's not because I want fidget toys. It's not because I want to buy things. It's the whole purpose of my channel is to advocate for neurodivergence. Because when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, and I was still playing with Barbies for actual therapy because I had, prior to my mom moving in and taking my Barbies away from me, I had been in therapy where they taught me to use Barbies as therapy. So I was actually using them for a medical reason, and she took them away and belittled me for it. And I spent about a decade or more feeling like insecure about wanting to play with toys, wanting to be interested in the things that I'm interested in, like unicorns and fairies and whatnot, and having my obsession with cats. I had to bury everything that was me in order to not be belittled by my family, specifically my mom. My stepdad belittled me no matter what because he belittled me over having been sexually assaulted nonstop, to the point where an outside observer would think that he was sexually harassing me. But he wasn't trying to sexually harass me. He was trying to mentally break me, which is still bad, just not sex offender bad, more mentally abusive, narcissistic, needs to stay the fuck away from me bad. But yeah, I finally got him to stop doing it. when I told him I was autistic, but then my mom got worse about the manipulative control on her end. So, yeah. Um, she pulled me back in with claiming that if she had known, she would have done so much differently with me. Um, that's what convinced me that she really meant everything she was saying. Because I really thought she genuinely meant it. I thought she really genuinely would have been different had she known I was autistic. Um, I thought it was the autism that made her treat me the way that she treats me. No, it's not. I was right the first time. It was all about money, about trying to own me so she could take my money. Um, and I figured that out when she promised to, help me fix up the house first, and then the house got worse, and then she's like, "Oh, well, you just move here and it'll save you so much money because you won't have to pay for anything. We'll just build onto the bunny shed, and we'll fix it up and make it all nice for you and give you and build you a nice big house." And then turns out they had no intention of doing any of that. Their only intention was to move me into a shed that reeks, is soaked through into the wood that is the foundation of the whole shed, um, reeking of bunny piss and shit to the point where you can't breathe in there. And it's so small that you couldn't even fit a twin size bed in there. They had no intention of cleaning it up or fixing it up or building onto it. They wanted to put me permanently for the rest of my life in that, sleeping on the floor with a pile of blankets and taking my check. That was their intention. And when I figured that out, I tried to get my mom to stop trying to control me and own me. And I made it very clear that what I want from her is a relationship, not to feel like I need to block her out of my life because she keeps trying to control me and own me. And her reply was literally, well, then basically, well, then just stop talking to me. So I did. I blocked her. I blocked my stepdad. I blocked everyone who has any form of association with them so that they can't go through somebody else to try to get me to come back to talk to them again with manipulation, because that's what they do. I block them because they go too far, and then they find somebody else to get a hold of me to get me to talk to them again. And then they start the manipulation over again. So, was really, really hoping that my mom had decided to change and be a mom and have a relationship with me. But unfortunately, I had fooled myself into believing that that could be a thing that I could have. And because, the new revelation of the autism. But unfortunately, I was right to begin with. My mom just is what she is. It has nothing to do with knowing or not knowing what's wrong with me. It's just her, unfortunately. Um, I'm very disappointed because I really do want a relationship with her very badly. I had a great relationship with my grandma, um, like an amazing relationship with my grandma. Other than Sam, she's the only person in the world who ever really fully understood me and ever fully emotionally and mentally supported me in every way. Her and Sam. And I want that same relationship with my mom, but unfortunately, because of who she is, it's just not a possibility. No matter how much I want it, no matter how many times I try, it's just never gonna happen. And I'm trying not to cry here, because I don't want to cry on video. But it's hard because I really do. I really want that relationship with her, and I know it's never gonna happen. and it hurts. But anyway, to the accommodations. So I promise you guys, I am not sponsored. Nobody told me uh to suggest these two channels. I found them when I was discovering that I'm autistic, and they are so informative. You all right, bud? You all right? Drago, you okay? You want to come over here? You can come over here if you want. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Come here. It's all right. Don't be scared. You don't want to? That's okay too. Yeah, it's okay, isn't it? Yeah. So, I found them to be very informative, and they helped me better understand that being autistic is not a bad thing. And I thought it was. And that, I'm just a little bit different, and I need to understand myself better in order to know what I need and know how to make life easier for myself, and to help other people understand, how to communicate with me, and work with me and whatnot. So um that's why they're the first two I'm going to mention on my list of accommodations, because I genuinely think that these two channels are amazing for better understanding autism, and how to help yourself through it, and um, better understand yourself. And even for people who aren't autistic, who have autistic loved ones, it's great for them too. Granted, Sam also has autism, um, but he doesn't have the ADHD side, so it does help him understand me a little bit better. He was doing pretty well to begin with, because he just, like my grandma, he just gets me. But there are some things that I'm sure he struggled with a little bit. Um, but me understanding myself better helps him understand it better. Because now I kind of get myself more. You gonna come see me, buddy? You don't know? I don't think he knows what he wants right now. He's he's autistic too, so he's a little bit shy. Aww. Oatmeal cream pie calling for his mommy. You wanna come see your son, buddy? You wanna come see me? Come see me and your girlfriend and your son? Drago? Yeah? Yeah? Hi, buddy. Yeah. He's a good boy, aren't you? Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what we're gonna start with today, is those two channels that I find to be incredibly helpful for autism. So 120, number 120 of my autistic and my autistic ADHD and physical health accommodations is Educate, Audicate with Chris and Debbie YouTube channel. And they also have an online education hub, which costs money to use the education hub. And I don't have that kind of money, so I have not tried that yet. I may not ever be able to afford to, but if ever I can afford to, I'll check it out. But their YouTube is amazing. I can't recommend it enough. And they even have links for you to click onto things that can help you, um, like physical homework to help you with your ADHD and autism. Because Chris is both autistic and ADHD. So he's ADHD. Um, and and I wrote recommended for anyone with autism. Um, because wow. Him talking about the things that he deals with, it's like I feel like I'm listening to myself, but a guy I've never met. It's like, yes, yes, oh my God, yes. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. And he says it in a way that makes it easy to understand and easy to relate to, because he made him and Debbie, Chris and Debbie make the channel like funny and very very clear about the issues that he deals with. So like they make it fun to watch while very informative. So it's like it's great. The other one, 119 Autistic AF YouTube channel, recommended for anyone with autism. This guy that runs this channel is an Asian European named Mike. And I mean, he's a little bit more technical with his terms, but he loves cats. He has 15 cats. Now I have five, and not including the little one. He's my 5.5. So, I have five. But I've had up to 20 cats at one time. So I get it. And he also has like a whole ton of farm animals as well. And I mean, I like how informative he is and technical he is about stuff, but sometimes that does make it a little bit more difficult to understand. So sometimes I have to rewind and rewatch and rewind and rewatch if I'm not paying full attention to it, which is hard for me because of the ADHD, because I get distracted very easily. So I'll have to keep rewinding and rewatching to catch what he's saying a lot. But I mean, he tries to do fun stuff in there too. Um and he has autism tests that he links in his videos, for us to get a little bit more information on our own of our own autism. So like that's how I found out that I was autistic. I clicked on one of his videos. It had the RADS-R test. I took the RADS-R test, and sure as shit, there is no way I'm not autistic. My score is high. And then I've taken a few other quizzes that he's linked for autism in his videos that also confirmed it. My monotropism is worse than most low functioning autistics. Like, yeah. I'm high functioning autistic, so you would typically not know that I'm autistic unless you spent an excessive amount of time with me. Um, but yeah, so and I didn't even know I was autistic because I'm high functioning. So but you know, with the monotropism and how high my score was, it's pretty clear I'm definitely autistic. I'm still high functioning, so I seem somewhat normal. Um, I mean, people just think I'm weird. but but now I know my weird is just autism. I'm not weird, I'm just autistic. Um, so now we know. Um, but yeah, so that's a great channel for testing and for better understanding. I would suggest it more to someone who's high functioning, because it's very difficult to understand if you're not high functioning. But or an adult, you know, or I mean some like a um a neurotypical, um, not a neurodivergent, but a neurotypical person that it has a connection with someone autistic or thinks they may be one of their loved ones may be autistic, um, that would be a good channel for anyone who is high functioning or not autistic to learn more about autism, because it's more technical. It's harder for someone uh, mid functioning or low functioning to understand. But I mean, nothing wrong with being mid functioning or low functioning. There's nothing wrong with it. You are what you are. You are perfect just the way you are. Um, but I mean, I don't want to suggest a YouTube for someone that's gonna sit there and get mad about it because they can't understand it. Um, because the words being used are just too technical. So yeah. Uh I think that one would be great for to help anybody, but it's harder to understand. So, you know, but it's a great channel. I love both channels a lot. Um, there's another channel that I watch, but it's kind of a little bit more like not informative. It's just what the girl goes through, and yeah. Um, but yeah, I highly recommend Autistic AF and Audicate with Chris and Debbie to anyone with autism to help better understand yourself, and for any loved ones to better help understand us. Highly recommend. Okay, so we're going to get to 118 now. A carafe of cold water and cups people can take with them. They can take with them for guests, um, because I don't want and can't afford for people to come in my house and drink up all of my drinks. And I can't afford for people to come in my house and take off with my drinkware or my silverware or my dishes, which has happened on multiple occasions, a lot, every time I've had someone in my home who, hi, buddy. Yeah, that's your baby right there. Is that your baby right there? And your girlfriend, too. Yeah, you want to hang out with them? You can. Of course you can. Yeah, it's your baby boy. You like him, don't you? Yeah? Yeah. Why don't you sit with them? Yeah. But yeah, I've had that happen on multiple occasions with people coming into my home. I don't let people in my home anymore, except for Sam, um, because I don't feel safe with people in my home. I just don't. For a week later, all of the energy in my home is just off. Like it's not even my home anymore. So it takes a week or more for me to relax from someone being in my home that isn't Sam. Sam doesn't cause that problem. I'm not sure if it's the autism or what it is. But something about him just makes my home feel more at home, if that makes sense. But anyone else in my home makes my home feel like it's not mine anymore. Even if they're only in here for a few seconds, it completely shifts the whole feel of my house. So, but I mean, still, every time someone who isn't Sam has come into my house, they've just basically gone through all of my cupboards and my fridge and taken whatever they want, eaten and drink whatever they want, and then they'd take off with my dishes. And I'd never see my dishes again. And I mean, some people who have money would be like, oh, that's no big deal, just buy more. Well, I can't afford to buy my own clothes that I like. I have to get all of my clothes used because I can't afford to buy things. So, yeah, people taking off with my dishes, no. Unacceptable. So, having cups that people can take with them when they come in my house to have something to drink. That would be useful. Having a carafe of water, so someone coming in my house and needing something to drink, that would be useful because then they can have something to drink. I don't care if Sam comes in my house and has something other than water, because Sam doesn't come in and like take everything like everybody else who ever came in my home has. He comes in, he's very respectful about what I have. He's even bought things for my house. So like for me to eat and drink, and he actually just sent me home with food like yesterday. So yeah, like with him it's not an issue, but with anybody else who ever comes into my home, if I ever have people in my home again, um they are not allowed to have anything but water from a carafe from the fridge. And they uh will probably have a cup that they can take home with them if they want, or leave here. Um, but they're not allowed to have my specific drinkware. They are not allowed to have my drinks. Um, they are not allowed to go through my fridge or my cupboards and eat my food. Um, I mean, you know what they say about guests and fish after 3 days. For me, it's after 10 minutes. Like, you're in my home for more than a few minutes, trying to look for things to eat and drink and go through my shit. You need to be gone. Sam, it's not a problem. He's respectful of everything in my home, but he's the only person who has ever been in my home that I did not have to watch the entire time they've been in my home to make sure that they didn't eat all my food, drink all my drinks, and steal my shit. So yeah, I don't do company. I just don't. But yeah, I'll read this whole thing that I wrote about it. So, a carafe of cold water in cups they can take with them for guests, because I don't want and can't afford for people to come in my house and drink up all my drinks, and I can't afford for people to come in my house and take off with my drinkware. I have had problems like this where people took off with my cups, glasses, silverware, dishes, and either kept them or left them at some other unknown place where I never got it back. Sam being the exception, as he has bought food and drink from my home on multiple occasions, and he would never take anything from my home needed in my home and not return it, and he'd return it clean. I don't really let anyone in my home but him, but if I move, better safe than sorry. I like to be a good hostess in my home, but sometimes you gotta not be to get people to leave and leave without your things. So, yeah. I do have a serious problem with people coming into my house and stealing my stuff. It is very big issue. Because people assume that I'm stupid and not watching them. So they think they can just get away with stealing my crap. And that's how they end up not coming back. You steal from me, you don't come back. So, yeah. 117, listen to myself, my mind and my body. I know who I am, what I need, what my body and mind need, and when, and knowing that and providing that when needed without judgment is essential for my body and mind to function properly. So basically, if I need downtime or I need a nap or whatever I might need, you know, not give a shit whether or not somebody has an issue with it or has something to say about it, acting like I'm lazy or not doing, not being an adult and taking care of my house and whatever else needs taken care of. Yes, those things need done. I enjoy getting them done. I want them done. And when I have a house that functions, it's done. when I have a house that has proper heat, proper running water, properly running electricity, all of those things are done. So, I mean, but with autism and with fibromyalgia, you have to take breaks when you need them because your body can only handle so much. And it's essential for you to continue doing the things you need to get done, to take those breaks when you need them, because when you burn out, whether it's from the fibromyalgia or from the autism, when you burn out, you can't do anything until you recover. So, pushing yourself past the point of needing a break in the first place, you're going to end up having to take a much longer break to recover. So, taking breaks in between doing my dishes, like I don't have a dishwasher, so I have to do them by hand. And because I make my cat's dinner and I make my own food, and sometimes I genuinely actually cook, sometimes there's a lot of dishes. So, I've got to let them soak. And I do this on purpose to make the hot water release the gunk from the dishes. So I will turn the hot water on as hot as it will go. If I had running water right now, but I would turn the hot water on as hot as it would go and let them soak until it's cool enough for me to actually come in there and touch the water. And then I scrub the dishes and then I feel them to make sure everything's come off, and if not everything has come off, I pick them clean with my fingernails. Apparently that's an autism thing too, because the only other person I've ever known that also does this with their dishes, and I just found out that he does this like yesterday, is Sam. So we both do the same thing to clean our dishes, and everybody thinks it's weird because nobody else does it. But apparently neurotypical people do not pick their dishes clean. But to me, if you can feel stuff on your dishes, they're not clean. And sometimes the only way to get it off is to pick it with your fingernails. So if it takes picking your dishes with your fingernails to get them clean, then yes, do it. But so yeah, while the dishes are soaking, I take a break, and then I wash as many dishes as I can get like done and fit into my dish racks, unless the dishwater gets gross first, and whichever one happens first, then I empty the sink and I fill it back up, and with fresh hot water, and then I go sit down and take a break anyway, because one, I need it to soak, and two, if the dish racks are full, I can't put more dishes in the dish racks until the dish racks are empty. So I need the dishes to dry before I can put them away so I can wash more dishes. But I mean, I don't just fill up the dish racks, I pile them high. So I'm not doing a few dishes, I'm doing a shit ton of dishes, and then waiting until all of those are dry so I can put them away and then do more dishes. So I'm not being lazy, I'm doing as much as I physically can and then taking a break until I can physically do more. So and then people complain because I don't wash dishes and do laundry at the same time. Well, there's a reason for that, because if I'm rushing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, I'm wearing myself out physically and mentally, and then I end up crashing. I need to take a break between everything that I do. So if I'm washing dishes, if it's not a point where I have to wait for the dishes to dry, I'm only doing the dishes. If it's to the point where the dishes are ready to be waiting to dry, then I can start a load of laundry and get some laundry done, because I'm waiting for the dishes to dry anyway. It's going to take a lot longer for the dishes to dry than it is for the washer to run. So, in the meantime, after I've taken the long enough break to be able to get up and do something again, which is typically like I have my lunch snack at that point, and then after that I go and do a load of laundry. And my laundry takes like a half hour, because it's not like regular washer that takes an hour. It's a half size washer for like an apartment size type home. Um, so it's meant to fit into something small. So it runs a lot faster. So that's another reason why I can't do dishes and laundry at the same time, because I'd be running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, endlessly, unable to rest. And you need to take breaks in order to function. So, there's that. Um, but, when I have when I have a functioning house, it gets done. It gets done a little bit slower than neurotypicals, but it gets done. So, and it gets done in my own time and in my own ways. And I'm very thorough about how I wash things. So, I mean, like I said, if it's not clean, it's not clean. It and if it's not clean, you're going to have to do it again, or clean it better the first time, you know? So um so I put a lot of stuff into my laundry, like scraping the dishes clean with my fingernails. I put a lot of stuff in my laundry to try to make sure it gets clean. I even put dish soap in the laundry, not like a ton, but enough, cuz the only thing that gets oil out is dish soap. So you put a little bit of dish soap in there and it gets the oil out of your clothes. Um Sometimes I have to wash my clothes multiple times before they get clean, but I put a lot of stuff in there to try to make it so I can do one load and then fold it, dry it, fold it, put it away. Another thing with my laundry that takes forever is I have to hang it in another room for it to dry, because I don't have a dryer. So that takes forever also. So I mean, it is what it is. And right now, I can't do any of those things because my house doesn't function. Can't do laundry, can't do dishes. I can microwave some water in the microwave and wash dishes that way, but it takes a lot longer and you get a lot less done. And because you can only fit so much in a big ass bowl. You can't fit as much in a big ass bowl as you can in a sink. So yeah, and then the water gets gross a lot faster, and the rinse water isn't running, so that gets gross a lot faster. So I mean, it's at least it's a way to wash your dishes, but I would much rather have running water so I can do it right. Um, but I gotta work with what I got. Um, so yeah, giving myself breaks when I need them, resting and napping when I need to. It's essential to properly function. Okay. 116. Remove myself from situations that feel uncomfortable or unsafe. Now, before I found out I was autistic, I felt like it was unacceptable to do this. Even though I knew I needed to do it, and my body and my mind was screaming to just run away from certain people. Um, like I can't be around my family for long periods of time, or I end up in the bathroom hiding, or I just end up just sitting there holding it in, about ready to lose my shit. I cannot be around my family. I can't. I just can't. Um, and being anywhere in Mount Pleasant alone is worse, even worse than being around them, because you get the sex offenders and the stalkers and the thieves who flock around you and like try to find ways into your life or find ways to follow you home or get you alone and secluded. um yeah. So these are all situations that I needed to get out of and quickly, but I don't know how to get out of them safely, you know, without seeming rude and making it into a thing where they end up following me anyway, just because they could tell that I was trying to get away. So a lot of the times I would just sit there and wait for them to leave or wait for someone to say something that would give me an out. So, yeah, um, that became a serious issue. Um, Now I just hide in my house and I try not to leave unless I have to or unless I'm with Sam. And Sam just kind of keeps me safe when we're out and about. Um, he makes me feel safe. He keeps the creepers away. Um, Nobody's gonna approach somebody who's 6 foot and carrying and buff to screw with their girlfriend who happens to be 4'10" crippled. Nobody's gonna mess with him to get to me. Nobody's gonna be that brave or that dumb. Nobody. I mean, they see me alone, they start to try to inch towards me to approach. And inching doesn't make you look less creepy. Just so all y'all creepers know, inching towards someone doesn't make you look stealthy or less creepy. It makes it even more obvious that you're creepy. So why creepers do that, I don't know. I don't understand it. But it's creepy. And they just do it. Like they think they're being stealthy somehow by being more creepy. Inching towards you, that's an automatic red flag that the person behind you is a creeper and trying to creep on you. Nobody inches towards you when they have a rational or, good motive. The only reason to inch towards someone is because you're trying to do something that you know is inappropriate and unacceptable. So it's a giant red flag, and I don't know why they do it, but it just makes it even more creepy. But anyway, yeah, removing myself from unsafe or uncomfortable situations. Need to do that more often. Um, I think staying in the house unless I'm around Sam or unless I absolutely have to leave the house is a good way to avoid that. If I'm outside reading and my neighbors start being creepy fuckers, going back in the house, avoiding going anywhere near or around or having any association with my family, that solves that problem. Yeah, that's your baby. Is that your baby, buddy? Hmm? Is that your baby? Yeah, you can lay with him. He's your baby. You like your baby, don't you? Yeah, because he's not mean to you. He don't pick on you. No, because he's a baby. Yeah. Yeah, babies are nice, huh? A baby's nice to you? Yeah, is he nice to you? Yeah, that's your baby. Yeah, you gonna lay with your baby, sweet boy? Yeah. You can lay with him. I trust you. I know you're a sweet boy. Yeah, that's your daddy. Is that your daddy's butt in your face? Yeah, that's your daddy's butt in your face. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, sweetheart. Is your boyfriend with your baby? Yeah. You got the baby. Yeah. All right. So, okay. 115. Allowing myself to have fun, be silly and goofy without criticism or judgment. This is another thing that I have a problem with my family. Um, can I have my leg? Thank you, honey. Like, my mom, anytime I show any form of humor or happiness, has to destroy it in any way. She considers it 100% unacceptable for me to be silly, goofy, funny, or happy in any way. So, um, if I'm around her or if I'm um, having any form of contact with her and I'm being funny, silly, goofy, or happy in any way, she automatically, every single time, accuses me of being drunk or high. So I'm not allowed to be happy, silly, goofy, or funny and have any association of with my mom without her acting like I have to be high or drunk to feel those things or express those things. I think it's 100% unacceptable for someone to behave like it's unacceptable for you to enjoy yourself without being high or drunk. Like, what is wrong with somebody that has to accuse someone of being high or drunk just for being happy? There's something wrong with that. But yeah, I don't have that problem with Sam because he's sane. I mean, we joke around all the time, and like I get to be 100% myself with him. Um, and he 100% understands my humor too. Um, like my mom understands my humor too. She just considers it unacceptable unless I'm drunk or high because she doesn't want me to be happy. She doesn't feel that it's allowed. So, yeah, the whole point of her accusing me of being high or drunk when I'm happy is to try to make me not happy, to break my happiness and squash it. On the other hand, with Sam, he is a normal person who wants everybody around him to be happy because normal people do. Like, rational, sane people want other people to be happy too. They don't want everybody to be miserable just for misery's sake. So when I'm happy and silly and goofy around him, you know, he enjoys it. He appreciates it. He encourages it. You know, hi Callie, you want to be up here too? You want to be up here? Come on, baby. You can be up here. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Yes. Mwah. Hi. You know, that's how normal people are. But having grown up living like that with my mom where any happiness is just unacceptable and either has to be medicated or be accused of being drunk or high and just for being happy, um you know, having her out of my life and having the ability to just be happy when I want to and just enjoy it and have fun and be myself in my own home or around Sam in his home. It feels very freeing, and at the same time it feels like I'm still not allowed to do it because I'm so used to being told that it's unacceptable in some way, or implied that it's unacceptable, and someone trying to break it. Um, so I do feel off a lot when I enjoy myself, but at the same time it feels freeing. Like I can be myself. Like I can have fun. Like I can laugh and I can joke and I can be goofy and silly and just enjoy myself and be happy and have fun. Um like sometimes it feels like it's not allowed, and sometimes it feels amazing, and I've got to embrace the feeling that it feels amazing and know and teach myself and like remind myself that it is okay to be happy and have fun and not feel judged for it, even though no one's around to judge me. And if I'm at Sam's house, the only person who is around to judge me would never judge me for it, because normal people don't judge you for being happy. Or make you feel like there's something wrong with you for being happy. So I mean, another accommodation that I have that I need to learn to be better about. Just, you know, train my body to feel right, feel like I'm not doing something wrong when I'm enjoying myself. So yeah. um that was 115. Let's go on to 114. And we're at an hour now. um so I think we've only done a few, but there has been a lot of explanation there. I want to get to a certain one before I stop. uh, re- Relying on support from Sam, even though I feel insecure about it, because I was taught that I'm a failure who can't take care of myself and needs to be owned like I'm an object and treated and talked to like a child if I can't do one specific thing for myself. Um, like if I have one thing I can't do, one thing that I fail to do, fail to accomplish on my own, and I ask for help with it, my mom and my stepdad will belittle me and try to manipulate me to let them own me, and will, like I said, belittle me until, like, you talking to me like I'm a child, treating me like I'm a child, talking to me like I'm an idiot, um treating me like I'm an idiot, talking to me like I'm an object to be owned and controlled, and then tossed away without a second thought, um, and like I'm completely and utterly incompetent of doing anything for myself without anyone doing everything for me. Um, when I have one thing I ask for help for, one thing. If I do this with Sam, he sometimes he gets a little overwhelmed because I mean he's I'm not the only person he has to help. And he needs downtime too because, again, like me, he is also autistic, so he needs his downtime. Um, but when I ask Sam for help, he doesn't belittle me for needing help. He gets it. He knows I need help, so he tries to help me. He doesn't try to break me and make me fall apart into pieces and unable to mentally function because I need help with one thing. Um, like my parents do. Like, they do this shit to me and it's unacceptable, but they do it. He would never do that to me. So feeling like I can ask for help is something I'm learning to feel okay to do when I need the help. Um, and it's hard for me because of how my parents have treated me over the years and making me feel like if I need help with anything, I'm a failure and incompetent and can't take care of myself. So I'm getting better about it and I'm trying to get better about it. Feeling like it's okay to ask for help and like I'm not incompetent and unable to take care of myself for asking for help for one thing. But it's hard because I've spent my whole life being treated like this. So it's ingrained in me now. And like everything else, I'm having an issue with learning to find feel okay about because my parents have turned me into that, broken me for so many years that it's in me and I have to train it out of me now. Just like masking, years, decades of masking. Um, you have to learn to unmask. You have to relearn who you really are underneath the mask. And like sometimes you don't even know you're masking. So, because it's been so long of doing it that you don't even know you're doing it anymore. It's just part of you now, even though it's really draining to have to do it and not even realizing that you're doing it. But it takes a long time. I mean, I have not even come close to learning how to unmask everything that I need to. But I'm learning. I'm still learning, and it'll take time. And being patient with myself about it, it it's just part of it. So um, so I feel determined to do everything myself until I come to a point it can't be done at all without help. But accepting help from Sam is safe because he won't use it to steal from, use, manipulate, or try to own me later for asking for help. Unfortunately, the same can't be said of family who do try to use my need for help to try to own me, and I don't even get the help I'd asked for. Sam helps with no agenda beyond making sure I'm okay. So that was 114. Um, and yeah, every time I ask my parents for help, they don't actually even help. They say they're going to, and then they spend months belittling me for it before telling me that they're never going to help me with it. So, yeah. Asking for Sam, it gets done without any form of abuse, without any agenda other than trying to make sure I'm okay and that what needs done gets done. Um, Asking for help from my family, nothing gets done, and it's nonstop months worth of abuse. So, yeah, learning to ask for help from Sam when I need it. Um, and not feeling like I have to do everything on my own until I break and can't do it. Um, I don't mind doing things on my own. I enjoy feeling independent and doing things on my own until it gets to a point that there's something that I can't do, I need help with. Um, and feeling safe to ask him for that help and not ending up crying and bawling and feeling like it's hopeless and it's not going to get done because I have no one else but him to ask for help from. um because that's what I typically do. Before I ask him for help, I break because I can't do it because um I don't want to ask for help because I'm afraid to ask for help because I'm afraid of the reaction that I get from my family when I ask for help. Um, Nobody should be treated like that for asking for help. Nobody should be treated like that for any reason at all, ever. So, relearning that it's okay to ask for help when I genuinely deeply need it, and not feeling like a failure, or like I can't take care of myself, or like I'm a pathetic loser, and that should just be tossed out in a ditch and forgotten, because that's how my parents treat me. I'm relearning not to feel like that, relearning to feel like it's okay to just ask for help when I know I need it. I'll get there. Um, okay. 113. Telling people when they've gone too far, enforcing my boundaries. I'm learning to do this because my family, exes, ex friends, and even strangers trying to get into my life to use me have repeatedly tried to convince me and others that I couldn't trust my own judgment. So I have had to learn to put my foot down to make it clear how I refuse to allow myself to be treated and talked to. I feel that one is very important. 112. I try to decide not only where we want to eat, but what I want to order before we get there. I can't see the menu inside or at drive-through, and the pressure of people impatiently waiting for me to order makes my eyes blur more, making it even harder to read, which causes a panic attack. So much easier to just decide before we get there. So that's less of my family are assholes and more it's just easier to figure out what we're gonna order before we get there than spend God only knows how long trying to read a menu I can't see while people are behind us going hurry up, and the person at the register is going sitting there like clearly impatient. I mean, even if people aren't telling you to hurry up, they're still impatient behind you. Like without the stress of trying to read the menu and trying to rush yourself while people are waiting on you. If you just figure out what you want to eat before you get there, it's so much easier and quicker, and you can get it done and actually enjoy the time out. Because, yeah, it gets overwhelming if I'm standing there trying to read the menu and know that I can't see it. and people are waiting on me, so it's just easier that way. Okay. 111. I avoid the news because I cry or get very mad over it. Watching certain movies or hearing certain songs makes me cry. So I get very emotional when I hear certain songs, when I watch certain movies. And watching the news totally fucks me up. Excuse my language, but it does. Because I am severely connected to anything that is any amount of emotional. So, like, something happens to people, if I hear about it through Sam, and he's politely not putting in all the detail, and not showing me, videos and stuff of it happening, and whatnot. If I watch the news, I'm getting everything that they're showing, and I'm I'm more emotional than normal people because of my autism. So when I see that stuff, it breaks me, because it may not be happening to me or someone I know, but I feel a very severe amount of compassion. Um, like to the point where it literally breaks me and I break down crying. Or I get mad, like very, very mad. Over something that I saw on the news of someone doing something horrible to somebody. I'll either get mad or I'll start crying, or both, because even though these people are strangers to me, I feel it's just so wrong what was done to them, so I can't react like neurotypical people do over the news. It affects me very deeply, so I cannot watch the news. I have not watched the news in years. Sam might tell me about something going on, but like I said, it's not the same because he doesn't, send me videos of it to make me like actually physically react to it. He'll just talk to me about it. I mean, sometimes he'll send me videos, but like that's the whole reason I don't watch the news, is so I don't get too affected by it to the point where I can't mentally function. Um where I break and start crying over complete strangers I've never met. Um but yeah, I've had this same reaction when something happened in Paris, and I don't remember what happened, but I think it was like a bombing or something. And one of my exes got kind of actually mad at me um because of my reaction about it. They thought it was completely and utterly bonkers that I was crying that people in France had been hurt and people had died because of some bombing. People I have never met and are like half a world away from me. And because I saw it on the news and I saw, what had happened to them, um, it broke me. So I can't watch the news because I have way too much compassion for others to be able to function properly when I watch the news. Um, Alrighty, so then there's 110. If I feel like I absolutely need to use the disabled bathroom because I'm feeling so claustrophobic that the thought of using another stall gives me panic attack, I will use it. I don't like using the the um disabled stall because what if somebody comes in with a wheelchair and needs it? But sometimes I'm just so overwhelmed and feeling so claustrophobic I can't handle a small stall, and I can't function. So sometimes using the bigger stall is just needed. I prefer not to, but if I need it, I need it. So sometimes I'll use it even though it's not made for someone like me. It's made for someone with a wheelchair, but I do use a walker. So sometimes um it is made for me. But only it's only technically made for me if I have my walker with me. But yeah, if I'm getting to that point where I'm feeling that severely claustrophobic, I will use the disabled stall if I feel like I have no other choice. Um, if my mind is pushed that far that I feel like I just absolutely have to use that one, I will use it, or either that or I will hold it to avoid using that stall. But it's not good for me to hold it because of my my other physical disabilities, my overactive bladder reflux disease, and IBS. It's not good to hold it. But anyway, moving on. Um, Body stimming, 109. Body stimming. I do spirit fingers. Um, I tap my fingers to my thumbs and my palms compulsively. I rock. I sway. I tap my big toe. I do this a lot. It's one that people can't see unless I'm not wearing socks. So I move my toes a lot. Or all of my toes. I'll move all of my toes sometimes. Or I'll tap my foot. Or I'll bounce my leg, which I can't do right now because I'm short and I can't reach the floor, but that whole thing. I do that a lot. I rub my chin when I'm thinking, like bad guys on TV. I do that a lot. Sam has commented on that actually and teased me about it because I do that a lot. I mean, a lot. I do it a lot. um, Sometimes I tiptoe. I do that a lot less than I used to because I've trained myself out of it. But I still do it sometimes. Messing with my hair. You guys are constantly on camera when I'm filming. You guys constantly see me messing with my hair. So I know you guys know I do it, but I'm constantly messing with my hair. Picking at my cuticles. I'm doing that right now, but I'm always picking at my cuticles. Rubbing my thighs. I do that a lot. Um, when I'm laying down or resting or sleeping, I will cup my breast. It's a comfort thing, and I started doing it after having been sexually assaulted. It makes me feel safe for some reason. I don't know why, um, but yeah, it's not a sexual thing. I'm not getting off on it. It makes me feel safe. So that's a stim that I do to feel comfortable and safe. Um, and then I rub my ears sometimes. Always pushing my glasses up on my nose, even if they don't need to. Sometimes it's just a habit, and just like like uh Steve Urkel. Did I do that? um, Licking the inside of my lips, like with my mouth closed, licking the inside of my lips. Um, Chewing the inside of my mouth is a stim that I do, but that's not a good one. That's a bad one. That's one that's damaging to yourself. I do use chapstick to avoid grinding my teeth here underneath my lip, because I will do that every winter unless I'm wearing chapstick. Sometimes I even do it during the summer. If my lips get chapped at all in any way or dry in any way, I start doing that. And the only way that keeps me from doing that is like being obsessed with chapstick. So, yeah. So those are some of my stems. 108. Um, Sit in a way that is comfortable to me. My feet rarely touch the floor, especially because my feet can't touch the floor because I'm short. I apologize for the screaming that is going on outside of my house. This is a constant, common occurrence around here. People are very loud and disturbing and rude and disrespectful. They don't care. So you'll see me a lot in my videos where I have my legs crossed. That is, even though my hips and my knees are totally fucked up because of my back, it's one of the few ways I can sit and be comfortable. um Another way I sit, which I can't do up here with the cats up here. I can when they're not up here, but with the kitten being up here because the stroller is dirty and needs cleaned, and I don't want to move it. Um, and he's not big enough to need the stroller anyway. He can sit up here just fine. He's not going anywhere until his legs get longer. But typically I'll sit like like this, or which is how I sit at Sam's house if I'm not cross-legged, or I'll sit like this with one leg just hanging off the couch because my feet don't touch the floor, because like I said, I'm very short. I'm 4'10". I am a legal midget. I'm not kidding. I am a legal midget. That is 100% factually true. um I am a legal midget, 4'10". um, but yeah, my feet don't touch the floor even with normal furniture. In order for my feet to touch the floor, I have to sit in child furniture. I am not kidding. Um, but so or just fully laying down. I cannot sit with my feet, both my feet hanging off of furniture like this, because one, it hurts my legs, and two, it hurts my back. So this is a very uncomfortable position for me. I will only sit like this in public. Only in public. I do not like sitting like this at all. Or like if I'm at um Sam's parents' house or my parents' house, and you kind of have to sit like that, in like dinner chairs. But yeah, otherwise I am almost always sitting like this, or with one leg hanging down, or like half half laying down with my legs that way. But yeah, um I have to sit comfortably or my back starts hurting. So yeah, um sit the way that is comfortable for me. My feet rarely touch the floor because I'm very short. Not sure if it has anything to do with how I sit, but it actually hurts for me to sit for long periods with my feet on the floor or dangling towards the floor. I tend to have to sit with my legs crossed or out to the side, like I was just doing, or laying down. It physically hurts my legs and back to sit straight up. Okay. 107. Wearing ear defenders to help keep myself from talking when I don't want to talk. It's not something I do because I enjoy it. It's a compulsion I don't enjoy and can't stop when I'm around people. So wearing ear defenders to muffle much of the sound around me helps keep me quiet when I want to be quiet. 106. Jewelry. I love wearing jewelry because it's so pretty, but shortly after I put it on, it gets itchy or feels like it's cutting off circulation. It's not, it's just sensory issues, but after Sam sees me in it, I tend to take it right back off, which is true, because when I wear any form of jewelry on my hand, on my wrists or my hands, even though it's not cutting off circulation, it feels like it doesn't belong there. So it feels like it's cutting off circulation, and it just becomes just very uncomfortable, and I have to just take it off. See, I'm doing that stim thing with my hand again. I can't help it. I've been doing it more and more lately, I've noticed, and I think it's because I'm in burnout because of the house. Between the house and the neighbors, I am in like a nonstop version of autistic burnout, and the only relief I get is when I'm at Sam's house. It's the only time I can actually calm down and relax is when I'm at Sam's house, because I can't take it here anymore. Between the neighbors and the house itself, like, wow. 105. Only wearing makeup when I feel like it. I don't really want to put on makeup every day or every time I leave the house. Sometimes not even for special occasions. Sometimes I just randomly get in the mood for it, but otherwise I don't do it. Yep. Sometimes I just want to feel pretty and put it on, and sometimes I don't really want it on my face because it's not comfortable to wear makeup. All right. What, buddy? What? You want your mom? You've got your dad, but you can't eat from your dad. You can snuggle with your dad. Yeah, you can snuggle with him. That's so sweet. This is very rare for a male cat, to want to snuggle with their kitten or kittens. But being autistic, um, Drago tends to like kittens a lot because they're pretty much the only cats in the house that don't pick on him. So Avalana and his son are the only cats he feels safe with because they're the only ones that don't pick on him. So, all right, 104. Do my best to avoid hiding my emotions, but no longer feel like I have to fake reactions to show what I feel because my face, body, or tone don't always naturally show it. Just letting my body be monotone when I'm feeling other things on the inside so I don't waste energy to force my body to show it. And forcing myself to smile physically hurts your face. It wears on your face muscles. And that's true. If you've ever had to force yourself to smile for a long period of time, then you know how much pain it causes your face to fake a smile when your face just doesn't want to smile. Sometimes this is common with autistics. Sometimes we feel an excessive amount of emotion on the outside, but but on the outside, our bodies and our tones and our faces don't show it at all. So sometimes people get confused of what you're feeling or accuse you of feeling nothing because your body isn't reacting to what you're feeling. And I've had this happen a lot over the years when it came to receiving gifts. Like, people would accuse me of not enjoying the gifts because I didn't react the way they wanted me to it. Even though I was feeling it on the inside, I wasn't expressing it on the outside. So over the years, I had actually forced myself to react to the way I'm feeling on the outside, showing it on, feeling on the inside, showing it on the outside, so people don't accuse me of feeling nothing when I'm feeling incredibly excited, but my body just isn't showing it. And that's something Sam and I discussed, yesterday also, is how sometimes even though I'm incredibly excited or incredibly happy, um or I'm finding something incredibly amusing, sometimes I just don't show it on the outside. Even though I'm feeling it on the inside, sometimes my body just doesn't show it. And just because my body's not showing it doesn't mean I'm not feeling it. And he didn't seem like to not understand like other people do. Like, I try to explain that to other people and they just don't get it. He seemed to understand it, like he has the same reaction, like it happens to him also. So it seemed like a bonding moment, like, wow, I do that too. He didn't say that, but I think he does have the same problem where, like, his reactions don't always show either. Um, but it's an autistic thing, Not every autistic does it, but not like, you meet one autistic person, you've met one autistic person. We're all different. All we have different symptoms, we have different things that we have that help us, and we're all different. So but it is nice that a lot of the things that I deal with, he also deals with, so that we can bond over it and understand each other a little bit more easily. And I think it's helping both of us understand that the other is as autistic as they are, and we just didn't know it because we mask really well. So he tells me that he only really sees the ADHD, and I tell him that I didn't even know he was autistic because he seems perfectly normal to me, other than being quiet. But I just thought that was him because I talk so much that typically people tend to be quiet around me. So yeah, I didn't think anything of it. So now that we're starting to discuss each other's autistic things more, like, I'm seeing the autism in him more and he's seeing it in me more, because we do a lot of the same autistic things. not all of our autistic things are the same either. You know, like I said, we're all autistics are different. But you know, the ones that we have that are similar, you know, it's a bonding experience. All right. I haven't gotten to the one that I'm really wanting to share with you guys yet. Okay. 103, spending money shopping on my special interests. Special interests are very important for autistics. We need them in to put money in and time and work into them in order to mentally and physically function. And shopping also helps me to relieve stress. Um, every time I get a package or come home from the store with something new, it feels like Christmas to me. Not the Christmas with my family where all I want is to leave because I'm being belittled and feel unsafe. Um, but the one with my grandma where I'm loved and safe and opening presents and excited about what I'm opening. Not in that not in fear that I may not make it out alive or mentally stable. um but yeah, shopping for me is very therapeutic. Even if I don't even buy anything, if I'm just looking through Amazon, just things that I want to buy and add it to my wish list or my save for later cart, or when I do buy something, you know, it's always very therapeutic for me. It helps me maintain calm. I've noticed my grandma had the same issue, only there wasn't online shopping back then. So it was either layaway or she just bought stuff, which was a very common issue with her. The more I'm learning about my autism, the more I think my grandma may have been also, and maybe that's why we bonded so well together and she understood me so well. I think, and I mean, I've noticed a lot of things the last few months about my grandma when she was alive and, you know, mentally functioning well because she had dementia. Um, um, Before she got the dementia, I've been noticing a lot of things that, like, say she was more than likely autistic and nobody knew. Um, but I mean, a lot of it could have been because she went through World War II in Germany as a German, hiding from the Germans. um, and there's actually more to the story that we just found out, but that I really don't want to discuss on my videos because who would believe me? And honestly, I don't really need the retaliation of people thinking I'm nuts. but but yeah, I mean, going through World War II as someone having to hide from the Germans, that's pretty traumatizing. That can cause a lot of issues, a lot of severe PTSD. So it could have caused a lot of the things that look like autism in her, or it could be autism because a lot of her interests were similar to mine. A lot of her needs were similar to mine. A lot of her reactions were similar to mine. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on. I'm fairly certain my grandma was autistic also, high functioning autistic also. Yeah. Is your boyfriend laying with your baby? Yeah, are they all snuggly wuggly? Yeah, they're nice, huh? Yeah, it's nice when they're snuggly. But, but yeah, I mean, and the special interests, like you have to spend time and money on your special interests. If you're autistic, it is an absolute need. Everybody needs to have hobbies and interests, but for an autistic person, the need is deeper, like on a fundamental level. We cannot function without our special interests. We need them to function. So it's not just something fun that we want to do. It also calms us and helps us relax and helps us um, recover and ground and center and be stable again. I love you too. Sweet girl. All right. So that's important. Going outside to read, tan, fresh air, to walk, to get the mail, things I need and enjoy that I pretty much can't do here where I live because it's not safe to even go outside into my own yard. Those are things that I do absolutely need to mentally function during the spring, summer, and fall. Unfortunately, I went outside today to put my box of Christmas stuff that I finally got fully clean, and outside into the shed and dump my pee bucket because my toilet doesn't work. Not even putting water in the tank to flush it. It won't go down. Yeah. So I had to buy like basically one of those travel porta potty things that you just unfold and set up in your room and put a bag in it. And I'm not going to pee in a bag and go poop in a bag and hope that it doesn't get damaged and leak all over my bedroom floor. No. So I bought a bucket to put into it. So basically, the porta potty is so I can sit down without falling into the bucket. So I was out there dumping my bucket, and it's pretty bad that that's how I have to live because I have no functioning toilet. Uh, it's gross. And when spring and summer come, it's going to be even worse because you're going to be able to smell it out there. Nasty. I need to move desperately. And then I also came out to feed the outside cats who are not mine. None of these cats outside are mine. And I have not seen Albion in months. So I'm fairly certain he's not coming back. So all the cats outside that I'm feeding are either belong to the neighbors or are complete strays. But I feel like they deserve to eat too. So I mean, if I'm out there anyway, putting a box in the shed and dumping my pee bucket, of course I'm gonna feed them also. I'm not gonna let them starve. So I went outside, and the neighbors stuck their head out the window, because I have 3 houses worth of people who will not leave me alone. There is the people over there who who's next to my yard, and then there's the people over there whose yard is so close that if they're outside and yelling and screaming, it's inches away from my head. Inches away from my head. And so it is so disturbing. And they will blare music so loud with bass in their vehicles, or bring out a stereo and blare it so loud that the dishes will fall out of my cupboards and break. This has happened a lot. Like, a lot. And I mean, it's like, I feel like I'm being tased every time someone's out there making a noise. Because they are so loud. I mean, it's not like they're going outside and just talking. They are outside screaming and blaring music as loud as it can go. They're intentionally trying to disrupt my day. They're not doing it just to do it. They're doing it because they're trying to screw with me. So the one people over here whose house is like on the other side of my yard, I come outside, they open their window, and they, like, everybody in the house was at this window meowing at me nonstop until I came back inside. Super mentally unstable and harassment. So I can't even go outside into my own yard and be left alone in peace. If I'm outside reading my book, they will find ways to harass me. And sometimes they'll do it from their window. Sometimes they'll walk back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in front of my house endlessly, like repetitively, not going inside anywhere, just walking back and forth just to do it across in front of my house. so that they can just stare into my yard and just walk by endlessly. Like, nobody mentally stable would do that. Nobody who isn't trying to disrupt you would do that. It's not normal or mentally stable or safe. It's creepy. Like, normal people don't behave that way. So, I mean, another reason I need to get the hell out of here. I can't even go outside in my own yard and relax without someone trying to make me feel unsafe. So I can't even take out the trash without someone trying to make me feel unsafe. Like, have broken into my house through my windows. They've tried to break into my house through my doors. They fucked up all of my door handles. One door I had to put brackets and a bar across so that they couldn't get in my back door because they messed it up so badly that the door wouldn't close. So, yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, the need to get out of here, out of this park, out of this house is so severe that I cannot keep living here. But I have no way to leave. I don't make enough money to move. I don't have good enough credit to move. Even if I had the money, I don't have the credit to move because my brother keeps destroying my credit. And I mean, I need out of here. But anyway, but those are a need for me to be able to go outside and relax and be outside, to calm and relax and just enjoy sunshine and good weather. I rarely leave the house. I like being at home alone with the cats and my things, in peace and quiet, when peace and quiet is actually possible in the hellhole I live in. I only leave the house to spend time with Sam, where I'm more at peace than in my own home, such as my home is. Will probably feel more at home and at peace if I can ever move out of here. Only other time I leave home is if I have to for shopping or appointments, and thank God Sam was with me the last time we went shopping at Walmart. Not this last time, but last time at Walmart. A ton of people I didn't know had me completely pinned in the frozen food aisle and put me in a severe panic attack. I had a meltdown right there in the store because strangers were too close, packed in so close to me I couldn't move or breathe. I really did have a panic attack. I literally had to use my meditation breathing whistle to calm down the panic attack because my steady breathing was not working. It was not calming enough, and I was hyperventilating bad. So the only thing that actually worked to calm my breathing was the meditation necklace I have. It's like a whistle, but it doesn't make noise when you blow in it. All it does is force you to breathe slow so that you do stop hyperventilating and can calm your breathing. And it works. It works. But if Sam hadn't been there, I could feel it coming. I just can't be around people unless Sam is with me or I have... Wait. Okay. I missed a whole bunch. If he hadn't been there, I probably would have ended up on the floor with my knees against my chest, hands over my ears, rocking, saying, "Get away from me," over and over until the aisle cleared out or management helped me leave the aisle. I've never had a meltdown in a store like that before, but if Sam hadn't been there, I could feel it coming. I just can't be around people unless Sam is with me or I have no choice. It just feels unsafe. Literally, being packed in with those people around me to the extreme that it was. I've never seen anyone behave like that in a grocery store in my life. But I'm not kidding. They had me so packed in, like, that I could not breathe. Like, I had no personal space at all. There was a person behind me literally touching my back. There was a person on the other side of me literally touching my arm. And then I was pushed up against my cart to the point where my body was touching, not my hands, but my body was touching my cart. And then there was somebody literally on the other side of my cart touching my cart. And there were other people lined up touching my cart on the other side of my cart. My cart was literally against the freezer section barrier. Like, there was no possibility that I could move or breathe. They were packed in so close to me. And I was literally about to collapse on the floor and start rocking with my knees against my chest. I'm not shitting you. Like this. Just rocking. Like, total panic mode. Severe meltdown. Like, if Sam had not been there, I was seconds away from doing that. Like, but the fact that he was there and somehow managed to clear them away from me, I literally started losing my shit, like, flipping out that the people were too close to me. Talking to Sam about it, and he seemed to be uncomfortable about it too, but I don't think that he was as uncomfortable about it as I was. He might have been, but I was literally like seconds away from sitting down on the floor and covering my ears and with my knees up to my chest and rocking and just, get away from me, get away from me. Like, I was at that point. If Sam hadn't been there, I would have ended up on the floor. I did not slide to the floor, but I was seconds away from it. Had he not been there, it would have happened. It was that bad. I have never seen people crowd people in the store like that badly in my life. But I cannot ever be in that situation again. Oh my God. I shit you not, if he hadn't been there, a manager would have had to come and save me. Because I was about to break. And that was the one I wanted to get to before ending the video. But wow. Just wow. It was bad. I mean, I feel uncomfortable in the store when people are crowding the aisles like normally, like they do, where somebody's just taking over an aisle talking to somebody else and they're just blocking off the whole aisle. I get very frustrated and pissed off and just uncomfortable and start to feel like unsafe just from that. And that's a common normal occurrence in a grocery store. Or people like being in the store, like inching closer to me, or people in the store coming up to me and talking to me that I don't know. Just random people do that. They just walk up to me and start talking to me. Super weird. I mean, I do it, but I can't help it because of my issues. I don't do it when I have ear defenders on. If I have my noise reduction earplugs on, or earbuds, or headphones, or my earmuffs that I just got, which are super cute. I'll show them to you guys. I just got these in the mail. Oops, I did not mean to drop my phone. But I just got these in the mail. They're so cute, and I thought they would be great for wearing in the store because, um, as cute as they are, I feel like they're kind of more acceptable for being in public. Um, cause like, and I didn't realize it until yesterday, but they're adjustable. So, but my head is very small, so I need it at the smallest child size. So, because I am very, very tiny. I don't look like it on camera because I am chunky. I'm like Campbell's soup. I'm chunky. But I am, if you guys saw me in person, I am literally 4'10". So, as chunky as I look on camera because I am chunky, if you saw me in person, you'd be like, oh my God, you're tiny. You are petite. So, yeah. But I am chunky. I am chunky, even in person. But people don't notice the chunkiness as much if they notice the height first. But if they notice the chunky first and not the height, then they'll start thinking that I fit in like 3X. And I'm like, dude, I'm 4'10". I'm like a medium. Because as chunky as I am, I'm proportionate to my body height. So, if I were this size as someone taller, then yes, I probably would fit in a 3X. But because I'm 4'10" and I'm this chunky, I fit in a medium. But anyway, so I thought these were more appropriate than like ones that have cat ears on them, for in public. I don't really care what people think, but if I get less looks, then it means I get less people trying to talk to me, which means less people trying to bother me. So that works for me. um, I mean, sometimes people just give you compliments, and that's okay with me. That's perfectly fine with me. I love compliments. I don't mind compliments. It's when people start looking at me weird and then walk up to me and start making comments and then won't leave me alone and won't go away that I'm just like, please leave me the fuck alone. I'm not here for you, dude. I'm here for shopping. Go away. But yeah, the ear defenders make it so I don't embarrass myself by doing the shit that I think is creepy that people do to me. um, so I can't help it but talk to people when I don't have ear defenders on because it's a compulsion. I don't want to do it, I just can't help it. But when I have the ear defenders on, I don't have that compulsion. I just go about my day and do my thing. And I talk to Sam and I just do my thing. You know, nobody else is there. So, and nobody else is there. I mean, I see the people, but, you know, I don't feel the need to talk to them. I don't feel the need to associate with them. I just feel the need to just do my shopping and spend time with Sam and just get out of there. So, the compulsion literally goes away if I have ear defenders on. Any form of ear defenders, whether it's earmuffs or earplugs or headphones or earbuds, any form of ear defenders, and the compulsion goes away. The unwanted compulsion that no one can stand to be around me because of, that I can't stand that I do, goes away the minute I have ear defenders on. The minute I take them off, it comes back. But if I have them on, it goes away. So I think I need them and I think I love them. But oh my God, I felt so unsafe in that store the other day. I never want to be in a situation like that again where I'm just crammed between people and can't breathe. I never want to deal with that again. And unfortunately, when you go to mobile food pantries, that happens. and it sucks, and it's very uncomfortable, and it's very scary. Even if you're just in a line waiting to get into the building, they cram themselves so close to you that you can literally feel like your spine just like stiffen, and like creepy crawling is going up your spine, and you just like, don't touch me. If I don't know you, don't touch me. Do not be so close to me that you're touching me. I don't want it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel safe. I mean, the ladies who came over yesterday to drop off a Valentine's Day box, that's a little bit different, because like they're not like crowding me, you know. I'll give them a hug to say thank you and show my appreciation, and they're church people, so I feel like kind of a kinship even though I don't know them. Cuz if I had the money to afford it, I would do that myself. I mean, I'd send somebody else to the door, because to some random stranger's door to drop it off, but I would definitely you know create boxes and drop them off to people, and like donate things, and like give things to people, and try to help those in need if I could afford it. If I didn't need it myself, I would definitely do those things for people, because people need that kind of stuff, and it's nice when people do those things for you. And honestly, I just want to help people. I just want to help people without people helping themselves off of me. And when you create a box like that and you bring it to somebody's house who's in need, and you just drop it off and you just leave, and you're helping somebody without them helping themselves off of you, because they can't come to your house and take from you. You're just helping them. You're doing a kind, wonderful, beautiful thing. And I would love to do that. I would love to do that if I didn't need it myself. If I could afford to do that, I totally would. But it makes me feel like we get each other, because we're both churchy people, and we are both compassionate people. So even though I don't know them, I feel a kinship with them. So hugging them feels safe, while some random stranger touching me feels incredibly, in every way, not safe. So it's a little bit different. But anyway, we're at 2 hours with this video now. And I finally got to the one that I wanted to share with you guys. There was another one, but I'll share that later. About Christmas. That is further up, but I'll get to that another day. And as long as it's done in the same year, we'll know which Christmas it was, right? As long as we get to it before Christmas, we'll know which one it was. So right. But anyway, I hope that these accommodations were able to help you guys in some way. If you guys found ones that resonate with you, feel free to use them, because I mean, if they help me, maybe they'll help you. If they don't, that's okay too, because we're all different. We all need different things. We all function differently. Not all two autistics are not any two autistics are the same. So what works for me might not work for you. What works for me might work for you. It just depends on what works for you. Just like when I review toys, what works for me might not work for you, or maybe it will. You don't know until you try it. And if for a fact that it's not going to work for you even without trying it, then that's cool too, you know. Just, you know, whatever helps. And if no one has told you today, you are loved, you are appreciated, you are needed, and you are enough. And don't let anybody tell you any different or make you feel any different like my family does. Because it's true. You are loved, you are needed, you are appreciated, and you are enough. And if you're struggling, please remember that after every storm, there is sunshine. And I know the saying is rainbow, but like I keep saying, I'm not trying to copy an adage. I'm trying to make it my own, because we're not looking for a miracle here like a rainbow. We are looking for stability. When we're struggling, we're looking for stability. And the sunshine is the stability. A rainbow is a miracle. We're looking for the sunshine that's stable. So the stability, the sunshine, it'll come. You know, like they say, it's always darkest before the dawn. So just do your best to get through it. Look for the good things in every day. The things that make you happy, the things that make you smile, the things that you can appreciate in your life. Like for me, I have a roof over my head, such as it is. At least it's a roof. I could be completely homeless. That'd be worse. I mean, my situation ain't good, but it could be worse. I could be completely homeless. I mean, and I've got my cats. I've got my babies. I've got food in my fridge. That's a good thing to have and be appreciative of. I've got Sam, so I've got my support. I've got my support system of my kitties and my Sam. Yeah. My kitties and my Sam. Aw, you're itching all gently so you don't hurt your baby. Aw, you're such a sweet. Aw, you're such a sweet boy. He put his head on top of his baby's head to snuggle. Just so sweet. You love your baby, don't you? You're fine, honey. You can look out the window. They're okay here. You come back when you're ready, okay? When you're ready. All right? You can come over here if you want. Do you want me? Yeah. I love you too. Yeah. The boys are doing just fine over here, aren't ya? You guys doing just fine? Yeah. Aw. You guys are. Aw, you guys are sweet. Yeah. They being sweet together. Yeah. Yeah, they being sweet together, huh? Yeah, your baby and your boyfriend. Yeah. Being sweet. Yeah. It's nice to see you guys all getting along, isn't it? Yeah. It's very sweet. Yeah. I wanted to get to that one with the store though, because we go shopping like at least twice a month. So so I knew, you know, I needed to get to that one before ending the video. And it's starting to get dark in here, especially with the curtains all turned black from the smoke. Yeah, it looks pretty gross. I need to get those down and wash, but I can't do that until I move. So it is what it is. And I have no idea if or when that's ever going to happen. So, unfortunately. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope some of my accommodations can help you. I will get back to the list another day. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys see me again in my next video. And I I know the saying is I hope to see you in my next video, but that doesn't seem accurate to me, because how would I see you when I'm filming the video at a separate time and then posting it and you guys are just watching it? Technically, you'd be seeing me. I never really understood that, probably because of my autism. I'm very literal with things. Hi, buddy. Lay down, honey. I know what you're trying to do. Lay down. Lay down. Come on, lay down. Oh, there you go. There you go. You guys are so sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Aww. But anyway, I'm going to shut off the video now, and I can't wait until my next one. I know it's very long, but hopefully we get some views. We can hope, right? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Oops. Oops.